To order. Let's. He's such a yeah. Gotta rein you in. All right, everybody's ready but me, and we're gonna get started with the Pledge of Allegiance. We do have. I feel like my mic's not loud. Okay, thank you. Could just me then. We do have an agenda adjustment this evening. We will not be having an executive session 10.1. Anything else? Was that it?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, moving on. Consideration of the minutes 2.1 to approve the minutes of the May 13, 2026 Board of Directors meeting.
So moved. Second.
Discussion. All right, hearing none, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor? Public comment. Not seeing any non-employees. Public. Petitions and communications. I have none.
I have two. Just want to make sure that, I actually received a letter from Jenny in regards to her resignation as principal at Carey Ricker School. Just want to make sure people are aware of that. I appreciate her hard work and dedication to the RSU when she's been with us. So just wanted to make sure that people are aware of that. And then I did also receive a letter from Mainland Development Consultants. So this is a new one for me. This is a capacity to serve letter for development in Sabattis. And so I think you guys are aware there's a development going in over right across the street from Sabattis Primary School. And one of the pieces of the process is they reach out to area services, so the school district, fire department, police department, to ensure that you have the capacity to serve, the residents that may be coming into this development. So I had a conversation today with the engineer, just to ask some questions, because I had never done something like that before, and it was actually really interesting to talk with him about. What he needs from me is a letter that certifies, within the best of our abilities, citing any concerns that we might have, the ability to serve the population there. Now, with that being said, we don't know as far as how many units will be built at one time, the population moving in, how that affects the school district. So it could be some time before it actually impacts us, but it's also important for us to be aware of it. So just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that notification that I received today.
All right, thank you. No report from you this evening?
I do. You just haven't gotten to it yet. We were still on petitions and communications.
Oh, usually it says the date there. That's next. 5.1, Superintendent's Report.
Okay, so my report this evening. So good evening, and thank you for a few moments to share some information regarding RSU4. I hope everyone had a nice, a happy Memorial Day. I'd like to thank those in our communities who have served or who are currently serving in military and first responder roles. I'd also like to take this opportunity to speak to the concerns that were brought to the board's attention last meeting. And just that RSU4 takes seriously any comments against protected classes of citizens and follows all applicable laws and policies to do so. If any concern is brought forward, the administration across the district investigates and takes appropriate action. I also encourage parents and students to bring any concerns to their respective administrators. Last Friday, I attended the annual Superintendent's Law Conference, where we listened to presentations on a number of topics, including contracting with special purpose private schools, the intersection of state law, discipline, and IDEA, top 10 technology tips for 2026, Meta glasses and unsanctioned AI usage. That was a mind blower. Policy updates and much, much more. It was an informational and overwhelming morning. Just so you guys know, I will be sharing a brief video regarding the budget in anticipation of the referendum vote Tuesday, June 9th. I'll share it with the board Friday. They get a sneak peek, and the district and the community the following Monday. A quick reminder, we will have our retirement recognition at 5:30 before our next board meeting, and all are welcome to attend. And finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our senior student representative, Aspen Gauthier, as this is her last meeting with us prior to graduation. Aspen, it has been a pleasure working with you while I was principal at the high school and in my new role as superintendent. Your presence at these meetings has been invaluable, and I wish you the best moving forward. You're most certainly welcome. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions? Then that brings us to Aspen and Rocco, our student representative report.
All right. Start. Recently, the music department hosted a concert that everyone in the high school could attend, and it went very well. Excuse me. Additionally, one musician from the high school made it to the state competition this year. That was Josie. Yeah, that was Josie Davis. There have been a lot of cool field trips recently, including an anatomy and physiology trip to the University of New England and a fishing trip earlier this week with Mr. Farrar. Pictures can be found in the Raider Roundup published by our principal, Mr. Springer. Prom season is come and gone, and it was a huge success. This year, prom was held at Lupin's and Laces in Green. We were their first ever prom. And I should also mention the owners were Oak Hill alumni. They were very great to us, and we hope to use their venue again.
A new group of students was recently inducted into the National Honor Society a few weeks ago, and the pre-existing National Honor Society members chose Mrs. Curran as our honorary member this year. Of course, also the seniors have a lot of events coming up, and just recently they have their last day of school this Friday, and we're going to go on the senior trip to Canopy Lake Park and to Massachusetts this weekend. Last week, the seniors had a senior breakfast in the high school parking lot. We took cap and gown photos, and then coming up, we have class day on June 4th, class night on June 5th, and graduation on June 6th, followed by Project Grad. There have also been a lot of new clubs and activities in the school that are doing very well. For instance, Mr. Young's podcasting class has had pretty consistent uploads of some really cool and interesting podcasts that are on Spotify. The academic decathlon team has been doing Model UN with Mr. Scoggin since the competition, and Student Voice did a really good job in cleaning up some of the foot traffic around the lunch times by changing the bell schedule earlier this year. Still, I find it worth mentioning one final time that Oak Hill has recently lost our esports and robotics teams, which are very important to some students, and have not seen them return in any capacity. And that's it.
All right, thank you. Administrator's report.
They were in your packets. I do not have a synopsis. I have been providing that, but I did not have a synopsis of that. But they were in your packet for your reading pleasure.
Any comments or questions? All right, no old business, so on to our new business. 7.1 to approve, excuse me, in accordance with the investment authority provided under 20-A MRS 14912, the investment of available district funds through a CDARS program with Androscoggin Bank as follows. $500,000 for a 6-month term at an interest rate of 3.25%, and to authorize the superintendent to execute all documents and actions necessary to effectuate this investment in compliance with applicable law.
So moved.
Thank you. Discussion.
Sam, would you like to provide just a quick overview? This is born out of the finance and facilities conversation, I believe, at last meeting. If you wouldn't mind. I mean, we've done this in the past, or we did it for the first time last year. And it's gone well. So just if you wouldn't mind just giving an overview again. Thank you, guys.
Sure. So last year, the board authorized two CDARs in the amount of $500,000 apiece. One was a 3-month, and the other one was a 6-month. So in April, at the end of April, the first 3-month investment matured, and we have the option to reinvest those funds as they're available. We saw the full interest yield that we anticipated for that 3-month investment. We anticipate the same in another couple months. You'll see the other $500,000 come to maturity as well. So, yeah, we mentioned it at Finance and Facilities last week when we met that this would be coming forward just as an opportunity to roll that investment back in and continue to see an interest yield or a new or upkeeping a new revenue line for the district.
Sam, could you tell us what the amount is that we earned?
Yeah. So on the 3-month CD that just matured, we earned just over $3,300 in interest. We anticipate just over $8,000 on the 6-month yield, and the same for this, as it's the exact same interest rate as what was put to this board in January of this year.
So you're looking just to reinvest our initial investment
That's correct.
of $500,000 into a 6-month with a 3.25 interest.
Yep.
When we first approved this, the caveat to doing this was that the money that was earned in interest was not going to be used for, non-earmarked items or things that were already budgeted for, returning the money back to the taxpayer, I guess. So this $3,300, where is that going to live? And
So that was deposited as soon as it matured right into the miscellaneous revenue. So that is what we're doing, because any money that goes into that miscellaneous revenue line is used to offset the tax burden. So it becomes an extra budgeted revenue line that is used to lessen the ask to the taxpayer to meet the revenue threshold for the budget.
Thanks, Scott. Anybody else? All right, hearing none, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor? It's unanimous. 7.2, to authorize the superintendent to sign the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office Agreement for law enforcement services for the 2026-2027 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
does anybody recall the total for the budget, the line for that? 122? 122,000?
It's in it should be in this at the very back.
Yeah.
Scott. It's 164. Is that right? Sound right, Sam? 164, 313.98.
What was it?
164, 313.98.
And that's a new amount, including the increase of 22,560?
That's correct. Yeah, you got it.
I don't know, I guess I'll share my concerns here. I mean, I don't know what a law enforcement officer earns these days, but I'm not sure. I just hope that we're getting a good deal here. His salary, his equipment, all wrapped up, benefits, I guess. I'm hoping they're not using this as like a revenue generating opportunity, and they see it more of an opportunity to interact with the community and build a relationship with the students who eventually will become citizens of the area. And so there's a bit of a breakdown in here where it talks about what was it, on page 5, like some of the equipment that they'll be required to have, and like I gotta think a lot of this is not like an annual purchase, so I don't know where. Yeah, a lot of like all the stuff that they need to have. I mean, obviously they're not going to need a vehicle every single year. He's just driving to Oak Hill High School and parking out front every day. So some of these items are going to last more than. So I don't know.
Well, I can ask about it, Scott. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, I mean, some of it I'll have to maybe upgrade annually, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like, I guess I don't know the breakdown of salary, benefits, and
I think
cost
it's
of equipment. So
it's in
can't really. It's hard to judge that $164,000 number. But
It's at the end. There's
it's at the
Okay.
very end,
Okay.
Scott. Yeah,
thank you.
you got it. And you guys provided. I mean, when this came up for discussion earlier, you guys provided some great feedback in regards to what you're looking for, and so just so you know that'll be something that we, communicate, for next year, just as far as expectations are concerned. And I appreciate that feedback.
I guess one other final thing I would like to add. I've mentioned it before, but what I would really like to see is more early intervention. Just getting to the elementary school, the middle school, and you're only helping yourself, right? Because if you start early and you start young and you start talking about, the negative impacts of drugs and crime and all these other things to the younger kids, it kind of only makes your job easier as they move through, right? So I would like to see more of that. I drop off at the middle school and high school every day. I have seen the sheriff's vehicle at the middle school, I believe 2 times for the whole entire school year, but every day at the high school. So, just maybe a better split of time, possibly.
No, and that was part of the feedback, Scott, I was referencing. I mean, you guys were clear about that, so that will be communicated. There's no problem with that at all.
Go ahead, Matt.
If there's an incident, let's say, and I know Oak Hill High School is located inside Wales, but if there's an incident there that requires law enforcement to respond, is the Sabattis Police Department immediately respond to that call?
I don't know if I understand, Matt, what you're asking. Are you talking about, like, if there's an incident at the high school?
That requires law enforcement response.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is Sabattis Police Department responding to the high school? No.
No. We would have to we would call 911, right? So then dispatch would send, I mean, it's covered by the county. So it would be county. My guess is obviously, like, if there was something.
It may also depend on the actual
The situation. Yeah.
And
Then that could be
some
different.
sort of agreement.
Yeah.
Mutual aid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mutual
Yeah.
aid agreement is that.
That's what I would think too, Scott, is it would be around whatever the situation was. Like, I mean, if it was something real serious, I'm sure they'd be here to help us out. But beyond that, it would be the county.
Okay.
Maybe we get clarification though.
Yeah, sure. We're happy to ask. I don't know, Sean, do you have any? I know, just thinking about the emergency team or safety committee.
Yeah, like you said, I believe it's mutual aid. They would hear the call, but for the most part, it would be, since it's in that town, it'd be the county.
Okay, thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Sorry.
The what I'm getting at with my question is I would also like to see the SRO more at other locations, not just at the high school. So.
Any other questions, discussion, comments? Go ahead, Diane. Sorry.
I was just looking. I was looking at attachment A. Are all of these fringe benefits, are they negotiated with us?
No.
This is
I like that you call them all those fringe benefits. They
Well,
get.
That's
it
what
says
they
right
call
there.
them.
That's what they call them right there.
That's
Oh,
what,
yeah.
that's
is that what it
that-
says?
It is.
All
It
right.
is. But they did.
But no.
Oh, that's good.
It's their contract with their association.
That's
flying
correct.
officer
That's right.
under their contract.
So it's the
So
Androscoggin County.
we don't get a say in
Mm-mm.
contract amount. We don't get a say in per hour.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Where does it say fringe benefits? What
Right
page is
there.
that on?
Page
Chart.
12.
Top of the
Don't
chart.
laugh at me.
No, it does say that. That
Right
was
here.
It says it right at the top.
that's what I was going to bring up too. Like
Oh, fringe
it's really
benefits. Yeah.
tricky when you look at the fact that the district is paying 14.10% of their retirement compared to what the district pays for teachers
And look at health insurance.
and health insurance.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a lot cheaper than ours.
That's cheaper.
negotiated.
And that's their negotiated.
But
price.
that's their negotiated rate. So that
Yeah.
that's a hard piece to think about when we're looking at this pretty significant bottom line for one person when we're making tough budget decisions. That's all.
Yeah, if we're paying for holiday pay and health insurance and dental and
We're
all this
paying
other,
everything.
I know it's just part of a package, but like maybe it's less expensive to just hire our own.
Like I said, I'm happy to look into it further. I can talk with the deputy, the chief deputy. He was the one who sent over the contract, so it's not a problem to talk a little bit further about the yearly stuff, Scott, that you had mentioned. Like that's not an issue, and then like asking about coverage, how that works. That's not a problem at all.
And do we have a sense of what the increase is going to look like for next year? Like
Definitely can find
that
out.
would be
Yeah.
super helpful.
We actually had that in a previous.
Yeah, it's in the
We did.
contract.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I
I
might have
think it's
missed
a
it.
3-year contract.
It
It
is.
is a 3-year. We talked about it during the budget.
We did.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It
Oh, Sam's got the information. Go ahead there, Sam.
So you had requested that during the budget season because, like our contracts, it's a 3-year contract. So the substantial difference is in this first year, the first year of the settled contract, and then the salary increase in years 2 and 3 is a 3% bump rather than the large salary increase that you're seeing in this first year. So obviously, we won't know the health rates and those types of things until it gets closer to the time, but definitely less of an increase in years 2 and 3.
Marco.
Thanks, Sam. Go for it.
I have some people that are asking too in the community, what exactly does he do? Is there any way of getting some information out there
Totally.
to parents?
Yep.
Because they want to know, we're paying this large amount.
You
What,
got it.
what exactly is he doing?
Yep.
Because they're like, we only see him directing traffic at the end of the day. So
Right. And it was like good, bad, or indifferent. You wouldn't see necessarily the things that he's doing on the
Right.
daily because it's confidential stuff and some of it's not a whole lot of fun, But as far as like a general list,
Right.
Diane, that's not an issue. Yeah. That's not an issue at all.
did we have that during budget season too?
Yeah.
We may
Like,
have.
Let's put that out there.
Yep.
It's like somewhere
I'll make
outside
a
of
note
like
of
the
it.
budget packets. Go
You got
ahead,
it.
Robbie.
So I know, Marco, this is a year-round position. So what's the resource officer doing during the summer?
So a fair amount of that will be prep for the next school year, right? And I say that in the sense of if we're talking about expanding to different grade levels, like programming for kids is really, being, like as Scott said, forging those relationships. That would be my, assumption is happening. Obviously, like communication will come from me as far as the, the expectations and the feedback that you guys have provided along with what I just mentioned. I think the other thing is that he may have required trainings during the summer and vacation, obviously, like that's just the time of the year that, he would do that kind of stuff because otherwise he's with us, day in and day out during the school year, Robbie.
So can we get a report from the resource officer
Sure.
on
Sure.
things that he's going to be doing during the summer and plans for next fall?
It's not a problem.
Yeah, and Robbie brings up a good point. If you look at the salary, it's, $97,504.68. That's for the whole entire year. So
Mm-hmm.
what we're paying for a year's worth of
Service.
service.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
we also have the summer program going on.
We do.
So might be a
We
good
do.
idea to have him involved with that as well,
Mhm.
with the kids.
So is there any scenario where the county could pull our officer?
Not that I know of, Robbie.
You know,
I mean, he's
with low numbers or a lot of people being out or whatever.
not that I can think of, Robbie. And I say that only because he's, yeah,
Right,
that's what
yeah,
we're the ones that are
okay.
paying for him. Yeah,
Unlike what was going on with
correct. Yeah, correct. That's a good question.
It even says that any reassignment, we have to have at least 14 days notice.
Well, that was another thing I was wondering. What if the officer doesn't want to be the resource officer anymore? Are we getting another resource officer that has to be trained? Or is he designated to us?
Yeah, I think you just said 8-1. Is that correct? What does it say, Christy?
It's the standard of performance. The school and the sheriff shall attempt to mutually resolve all issues pertaining to the adequacy and appropriateness of services and conduct of any SRD performed under this contract, provided, however, that the sheriff shall make the final determination on issues regarding the employment. And then it just goes into kind of how that would be negotiated. But the sheriff has the last determination, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we would, if we felt like that was a partnership, like let's say, for instance, the current person didn't want to, continue, right? And there was an opening. My guess is they would look to try to fill that opening, the best of their abilities.
Or if we had issues.
Or if we had issues, exactly. I mean, that would definitely be something we would communicate with the sheriff's department on.
Yeah, there's a termination article, transition. Right, so in the event of a termination or expiration, we have to work together. So, was he on July 1 last year?
I don't think so.
I think he was actually in school last year until, October?
Okay.
Yeah, because he came on during the summer, like he came on training-wise. He had to go to do some training. Yeah, that's right. Sam, were you going to say something? You look like you're going to say something. Oh.
Okay. I was just curious of what he did last summer, but he was training.
He was training for the job.
Okay. It's getting warm in here. Any other comments? We have fans. Yeah, we could turn the fans on. Any other comments or questions? I'm never hot, so what does that tell you? Somebody else has to be hot. Chrissy's hot. Okay. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Thanks, Sam. All right. Anybody else? If not, want to call for the vote? All those in favor? All those.
I'm still reading.
Okay. Just confirming you are in favor. Okay. Okay. There's unanimous for you. Thank you. 7.3 to authorize the Finance Committee chairperson to move no more than 5% between cost centers to ensure that no cost center is overdrawn.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Does everybody understand what this is? Okay.
We do.
Just making sure. That's all.
All right. Hearing none, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor? It's unanimous. So we don't have Finance and Facilities Committee listed here, but they did meet tonight, right?
Nope.
No? That was a...
No,
That was
personnel
policy?
Policy, yeah.
I was
Oh.
just sitting here,
That's why you were sitting there. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Robbie was
All right.
listening.
minding my own business.
Because you don't usually meet in here, so I was confused. Personnel Policy Committee, then. Is that you, Christy?
That would be me.
All right.
So we met today and had a lively discussion about the new state law that mandates a bell-to-bell cell phone band, which is policy JICJ. At this time, we don't have anything to bring to you yet. Marco's working on some things for us because it brings up a lot of interesting issues and it's very complex. And there's a lot of layers to this, so we want to make sure whatever we put out, we do it right. So hopefully we will have something for you, because we are required by law to have the policy on the books by August 1st, 2026. And then we briefly talked about public comment, but that's going to probably be tabled. A policy for
You're hearing plenty of time.
plenty of time, he says, which it will be BEDH, public policy. That will probably wait till the next year. We also talked about student reps, and we'll be doing interviews for our replacement student rep, our rising junior student rep in the next couple of weeks. Did I miss anything?
So are you going to have it for June 10th?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Everybody's all concerned. What's going to August? Nothing to worry about. We'll figure it out.
Looks like Marco's working over the summer.
I'm always working. What are you talking about? We'll figure it out.
All right. Board member comments. Oh, go ahead, Christy.
I wanted to echo Marco's thank you to Aspen for being our student rep for the last 2 years. I know they had to go, but it's been wonderful to kind of hear their perspective of what's going on at the high school. Also, we're at the final countdown, so big congratulations to the class of 2026, whatever that means. So if you are graduating high school or graduating middle school or moving up to the middle school, these are all really, or pre-K, these are all really big celebrations. And I really want to thank our teachers and our administrators for all the hard work that they do throughout the year. Hopefully the weather won't continue being 80 degrees, and I can't even imagine what schools smell like right now. But big thank you to all of you.
Rita. Thanks, Christy. Go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate the senior class too on a job well done. It's a long road, and they finally made it. So, and to the staff, my thanks. I know it's not always easy the last month, but I'm glad that we get the staff that we have. And to get on another topic, I had 2 phone calls from public comment the other night. And, you know, the old adage is if you get 2 phone calls, there's 60 people out there that are wondering the same thing, but only 2 people called. So anyway, I tried to explain to them the situation that we're in as far as confidentiality goes and what we can and can't put out to the public on matters like that. And I know it's a serious topic, and some people just want to see their pound of flesh, but we have to follow the rules to protect the students, protect the staff, and, you know, even protect the people that are being victimized by this. So one of them got it, one of them didn't. So, you know, so I got the half of them. But anyway, I'm glad Marco did, you know, address it tonight. And it's just one of those topics where we have to keep working on it and be diligent all the time.
Well, I think that's similar to our SRO, right? There's a lot he does out in the community and for the schools and the students, but you just don't see it. So just because you don't see it doesn't necessarily mean it's not happening. But of course, keep raising it up, right? Talk to your administrators, your teachers. Go ahead, Matt.
I would just like to encourage everyone to come out for the middle school production of The Wizard of Oz this weekend. You had to ask.
Do you know? Michaela's going to look it up right now.
Saturday and Sunday.
Matt, are your kids in it?
So
Yes.
Saturday at 7 p.m. And it is. Yep.
Should have done
It
a
is.
synopsis, huh? I should
And
have done
Sunday
that.
at 2 p.m. at the middle school. No entry fee, correct? Right, like no set. Donations are accepted and encouraged. Anybody else? Go ahead, Diane.
I'd like to say congratulations to the graduating class. Also, congratulations to the girls' tennis team at the high school. They won 5 games. They almost made it to the finals, but they did by a little bit. They didn't. They were not happy about it because they are Class C, but they got rated by other teams. Other teams ahead of them didn't even play Class C. They played Class B. So I'd also like to say or give a shout out to the middle school. They did a great job on the day of the life of a student. I went to that, and it was well done. And hang in there, teachers. It's only 9.5 days.
Wow, that's it. 9.5.
Yeah.
Crazy. Go ahead, Doug. Nope, you're not on.
There we go. I got it. Yeah, it's been a good, exciting year, you know, and I just want to add with all the other school board members that it is pretty impressive what all the teachers and faculty and staff have managed to accomplish this year, and it's worth noting that it doesn't go unnoticed. My personal events that have gone to with a talent show was several weeks ago at the high school, and that was kind of low key, but it goes to show the talent that we have at the school is pretty impressive, and it's like low key, you know, it's not in your face, but when you actually go and see these things, I'm amazed every time, just the skill that was there. And National Honor Society, we have quite a few people that are members of that, and it's impressive too, you know. So it doesn't go unnoticed, and hopefully it stays that way, I guess. But everybody did a great job, and just kudos.
All right, thanks, Doug. Anybody else? All right, don't get too excited. It's my turn. So, of course, echo everybody's comments. But in addition to that, thank you to my fellow board members for showing up, for being present, for speaking your mind, and being, you know, a good participant in this lovely activity that we do. Nobody knows what they signed up for. And I just appreciate everybody that has, including Teresa, who cannot be here this evening. And then we have a June vote in Litchfield, right? So, Doug's. Are we?
It would have to be a write-in.
It would have to be a write-in.
If people want me out there to continue to sit in this seat, then yes, it would have to be a write-in.
All right, good to know. So I think there's 3 write-ins I've heard.
There are 3 write-ins.
I don't think there's anybody who actually pulled papers, so.
I did pull it.
Oh, you're just going to bring them back?
Jeez.
That 7 days goes quick.
That
I'm not
was
gonna lie.
purposeful, because sometimes I feel like it's a little quiet out there, and I can't tell if I'm actually representing the town the way they want me to represent. So my way of seeing that is, if they're going to write my name in, I'm willing to accept the seat. But
All right.
I didn't want to be the only one on the ballot, and then by default, you know, whatever. I don't know. It was my way of seeing if actually I was wanted to be in here or not, instead of just convenience.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's fair, Doug. It's fair.
that's fair. And brave. Good for you. Well, we welcome you back if you win it. Good luck to that that vote. And then board evaluation time. So that will be coming your way. Oh, really? I mean, we just did it. Doesn't it feel like we just did it? It was last year around this time. But we're Google forming it, right? And or Christy will be Google forming it. And because you did the super's evaluation, that's right. So our vice chair will be handling that. And that will be coming out soon. before the end of the, before July 1, hopefully, not the end of the school year. And then that's it. Thank you to everybody. We have 2 more meetings left on the books. Fingers crossed, everybody votes June 9th, and we know June 10th that we don't have to book any more meetings. We'll see.
That would be great. Like to see that.
So, without objection, my meeting is adjourned.